Hey, this is Stephanie.
And I'm Nina.
And you're listening to Live by the Spirit podcast.
Yo, whoa.
Hi.
What be up?
We haven't recorded an episode
In like,
at least a month.
no, it has not been a month. We
It feels like a
recorded
month.
the day before the 4th of July. And today, we have recorded exactly 3 weeks ago. Today was when we recorded.
Wow.
It's been exactly 3 weeks,
Wow.
which is crazy. So we took a week off last week.
Yeah, we were recovering from,
Far too much traveling for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I traveled. I did 2 trips back to back, which was very, very long, but also really good because I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I had a lot of stuff haps in my life.
Do you say haps often?
I guess not. I just woke up from a nap. So I had to take a midday nap. It's already one of those Mondays.
I just came from the post office where they still are not giving me my mail, and I haven't gotten mail in a month. So
We
love it. Really great when you have bills to pay that you're not getting them in the mail, I will say.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, I guess this is just going to be another catch-up episode. We don't really have anything too crazy planned.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't be too crazy long. We just wanted to record. We haven't recorded in a while, but like we said, this month has been crazy, which is so good. It's been such a fruitful month. It's been a busy month. It's also been we've had some emotional draining parts of the month. We've had some really big highs and really low lows, as life here on earth is like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I think the biggest thing that's happened to us recently is we and our community that we got to chat about with Josiah and Chad a few weeks ago, we decided to take a beach trip.
There's a spider on your wall right there.
Hi, spider.
I hate spiders.
It's literally
And a dead fly.
It's literally the tiniest little thing. Okay. Anyways, we decided to go on a beach trip this summer. It was a really short trip. I wish it would have been much longer.
I will say it felt longer than it actually was, which
Yeah.
was really good.
While-
That's what I was praying for.
While we were there, we all prayed for our time to be super fruitful and to and to pray that it just wouldn't go by in the blink of an eye. And I think we all agreed that we had so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes when you have a lot of fun in situations like that, time can go by really fast. And I felt like I'd look at the clock and be like, it's only 2:00. Like, we have so much of our day still left for things to do.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. I think it was a good step in our community, because they always say you don't know anybody until you go on vacation with them. I guess when you live with them and when you go on vacation with them. So we went to Rosemary Beach, and well, that was the main beach we went to.
Yeah, we stayed in Panama City.
Yeah.
So we stayed in Panama. We got a big Airbnb. It was a grand old time, and it was nice to just have intentional time that we were able to spend together, because obviously when we talked about this in our relationships episode, but I feel like we need to talk about it a little bit, because we did all just go on vacation together. There was clear separation.
Oh yeah.
With the guys and the girls. We had one married couple that went with us, so they got a bedroom, and then the guys had the upstairs, the girls had the downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to have that separation, but also to still have that time to spend in community together. So it was nice. I mean, I was pretty much the first person up every morning, because especially when you're on vacation like that, and I think it can be difficult to just not spend time in the Word. And so what I wanted to make sure that I was doing was getting up and actually spending that time. And so what I did is I would wake up early around 6:30, and it was nice. I'll just be sitting there reading my Bible, drinking my coffee, and then our friend Chad, you guys know Chad, you've met him, would come down the stairs, or like our friend Cam come down, make biscuits. So it's like nice to have like to see our people earlier in the morning and then see them at night too. It's just nice to have that cool time together.
I loved it. I'm such a people person. It was so much fun to wake up and like go into the kitchen and see like Cam making biscuits.
Yeah.
Or like just see it, like also just waking up, because all of us girls shared a room, like even just waking up and like having people be around like 24/7. That's where I genuinely like, I don't know, my love language is quality time. So just getting to be surrounded by everybody 24/7, it was a real shock back into reality when we had to come back and I had to come home like to be by myself for the first time in several days. But it was so nice, and what I loved so much about it was that even though there was conflict, because in situations when you put 12 people together in the same house, there's going to be slight conflict. It was resolved really quickly and in a manner of, I felt like, what our age should be handling conflict.
I think it was handled, and it wasn't even really necessarily conflict among people. It was more situations that brought things up and brought things to light. And honestly, like, so Thursday night was the night that had happened, and we all sat down and just aired everything out and like affirmed each other. It's like, no, we don't want you to be feeling this way. How can we fix this moving forward? How can we be placing God at the center of these relationships so this doesn't happen? But also, like you said, Steph, when you place 12 Christians in a house together, and like the enemy obviously hates that, and so he's going to try to do everything he can to make sure that there's animosity between us. But I think, you know, we all talked about it since being back. Like, I have never felt closer to these people before in my life.
Yeah. And I think also we're all different kinds of people. Our friend Jude even made a comment saying that if we didn't have God in common, would we all be friends?
Yeah.
And I think a good chunk of us wouldn't be friends, if I'm being completely honest. And so, but with that, there, you know, does come conflict. Like, I remember day one, I had been talking our whole entire car ride about how all I wanted was to get my feet in the sand on Wednesday, and I thought that was the plan. So we pull into the house and we are going through things, and we're like, okay, beach, and like a good chunk of people were talking about how they don't want to go to the beach, and I'm like, what? So I'm trying to keep my cool, but also like I'm upset. And then it was like, wait a minute, there's 12 of us, let's split up. And that ended up being fruitful in that too, because it was like, I didn't get to be in the car with the people that I went to the beach with. You didn't get to be in the car with the people you know, did errands and stuff like that with. And so it, you know, but in those kind of moments, you know, learning how to deal with conflict without it coming up into a big argument and stuff. And I could tell that there were some stressful moving parts in certain things. Like, we forgot an air mattress, and so, you know, our whole plan of sleeping arrangements were kind of moved around in certain areas. You know, the weather wasn't the most friendly to us, particularly the morning of the last day. So there was just a lot of parts where our joy could have been taken, but I think it was really good of how we handled it and how we embraced it in certain areas. Also, we did a Bible study on Friday morning, which just kind of set off the last full day of the trip really well too.
Well, it was super cool the way that all worked out. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure Jillian has shared this with you as well. Our friend Jillian, we had this conflict that had happened on Thursday night, and we were up until like 2 a.m. just praying together and just really talking it all out. And that night, the Lord told her, because of this, you're going to get beautiful weather and a beautiful sunset the next day. And the next day, we woke up at 6 a.m. to this awful thunderstorm, bucketing rain.
The house just shook.
The house was shaking from the thunder. I had to go out in the rain to get Cam butter for the biscuits, which I was glad to do. But when we got back, we literally spent 2 hours in the Word. And as soon as we got done with our Bible study, it was beautiful outside. For the rest of the day, it was
Literally.
beautiful. We had the most beautiful sunset that night, and it's just so cool to know that like the Lord is really, really happy with what we were doing in the time and community that we were spent together. But just being able to see his creation with like our favorite people was a lot of fun.
Just my favorite thing in the world, y'all, is just being on a sandy beach in salt water. Just
The first day I swallowed so much salt water and it was awful.
of Thursday.
Yes.
I couldn't even go into the ocean on Wednesday. That was super sad. So
Yeah. I didn't go in obviously because I didn't go to the beach
Oh,
on
yeah.
Wednesday. I needed that though. My me and Olivia and our other friend Joe, we were the 3 drivers who drove down there. And the night before we went, like we were meeting up at 5 a.m. to leave. Olivia and I didn't get to bed until almost 2 a.m. We woke up several times in the middle of the night, and as her Fitbit says, we got 2 hours and 15 minutes of light sleep and 10 minutes of deep sleep. So we were super exhausted, and I think that, you know, just settling down and going to run some errands, we got Mexican that day, and just being able to just kind of chill out was really just helpful for like specifically us, and then for you guys to be able to get to go at least to the sand and to the beach and be able to just do that was awesome for you guys as well.
yeah, we had a ball.
All right, so that was a week and a half ago. So our beach trip almost, right? Yeah.
Bro.
We left 2 weeks ago Wednesday. So it's been almost 2 weeks.
That's so sad.
So what else have you been doing since the 4th of July? Because that's the last time we recorded.
What have I been doing? I've been working. My car decided to die on me, so I had to get a new car. That was hecka stressful. Thank you, Jesus, for being there every step of the way and getting me a new car. So I now have car payments, so that's fun. It's the most adult thing ever. Just another thing added to my plate. And I probably mentioned work as always. And then what else? I feel like every time I come back from a vacation, it's trying to get my mind back to being home, and it takes a little bit, which sucks. And like, we see everyone that we went on vacation with almost every single day, so it's not like
She literally changed her Find My Friends location from her house to now mentally at the beach.
Yeah, I mean, I almost moved to Florida like after
True,
I
you did.
graduated college. Like, that was my game plan. Like, I love being on the sand and in salt water, and we don't have that here in Tennessee. We have lakes, but like, and I do love a good lake day, but there's just nothing that compares to just sitting on the sand, being in the ocean, letting the tide just take you, man. Like, we all found so much joy the days that we were at the beach. Like, the guys playing spike ball, or us like body surfing into the ocean, like
having deep conversations on the beach.
deep conversations on the beach. And
Yeah.
you know, and it's kind of funny that, because Nina and I both been going through very similar things this month that we won't get into, but the things that we had deep conversations with on the beach, well, now I have clarity on those things. I'm kind of like, why did I waste my time talking about certain things on the beach? I'm also like, that was a really fruitful time that I needed.
Mhm.
And it also helped a lot of us grow closer with each other, particularly us girls. I keep saying it, it's the most unproblematic group of girls I've ever been friends with in my life, and it was
Mhm.
really held true on the beach trip. I mean, sharing a bed, sharing a room, sharing like one shower.
And we're all just like literally using the bathroom while one of us is in the shower, just hanging. It's just kind of funny. Like, yeah.
No, for sure. I think for me, it's just been trying to get back into reality.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think there's something so beautiful about being on vacation. It allows you to escape from reality, and that's what our everyday should be like with God. God should be our escape from reality. So I've been really just trying to lean in with him on that, and just, you know, doing a lot of things, and
He is reality.
yeah, but like our escape from like our earthly reality, if that makes sense.
It's not our home.
Girl, go with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, but that's how I've been. We have a friend in town, which is so fun. And so that's funny. Our friend Connor's in town, who I went to college with. Nina's brother Joan and I went to college with, and so that was fun getting to see him yesterday and just kind of, I don't know, like remember who I used to be, like the last time I really truly saw him because of COVID, and now just how much I've changed. That's been an interesting ride, but other than that, just been chilling. My air conditioning's finally fixed. I just had like one thing after the next after we got back from the trip, but I'm good now for now. So how have you been?
Well, so the 4th of July was like the last time we recorded. I woke up early the next morning and flew to Vegas. I was in Vegas until literally the day before we left for the beach, which was fun. So I literally had a day in between, barely 24 hours. It was great. My friend Carly from high school, she does karate, and they have this big world championship in Vegas every year. And so I went to go down there, hang out, watch the competitions. It was a lot of fun. The one thing about Vegas, though, is obviously people say this, but I don't think it's ever really prepped me for it, is the dry heat. Yes, like it's funny because I'll come back here and it feels just as hot here as it was out there because we have humidity. But the funny thing about it is, with the zero humidity right after getting sunburned, my body has never felt so lack of moisture before. I feel like I used half of my bottle of moisturizer while I was there. But it was a lot of fun. I hadn't seen her in a while, and then she just moved right after the trip. So it was good to be able to see her before she was setting off to go to grad school, and then coming back and just being with everybody after not being with everybody for like a week, which is weird for us to not spend like a week with somebody. Like it was weird to be without you guys for like a week, which is wild. But coming back, going immediately to the beach trip, and then coming back from that, diving into a really crazy week with the Lord, and just discovering a lot of things that I know I needed healing on, and being able to uncover all of that, and obviously really receive prayer from that for my community, and just being able to really, really, really dive into the Word based on those things. And then I just had 2 friends in town who left actually this morning from college, which was awesome to be able to see them. And I'm going to say this now, they're going to move to Nashville. At least I hope so. It was so funny. We were at church yesterday, and we're leaving, getting into the car to go to lunch. And my friend Taylor goes, I just got a prophetic word that I'm moving to Nashville soon. And I was like, well, you came into this trip saying you were going to move, so what did you expect? So, which is crazy to see if they do end up here. I think that, obviously it would be 100% the Lord, but I think it would just be awesome. But yeah, I go back to work in 2 days, and I'm not super excited for that because I'm just so tired. But waking up at 5 is not going to be fun. But
got tomorrow to sleep in.
No, I'm waking up early tomorrow. I cannot. No. I got to prep myself.
Take a midday nap.
No, I don't even get those during the school year.
I literally made my first, this is going to sound so sad, made my first grocery order since we came back from the trip this morning. So I'm picking that up. I have not bought groceries. So I'm so happy to have food in my home.
I don't have food in my household right now. And so this morning when I woke up, Connor comes into my room and he goes, Nina, what are we doing for lunch? And then we get back from lunch. We got lunch and we ate it at my apartment. And he goes, yeah, so like I noticed that you and Jonah's fridge is kind of bare. If you want, like I'm totally down, like let's do grocery order and I can meal prep for all of us for the week. And I was like, Connor, please.
Can you come do that for me?
He was like, I can make anything you want. Like I can even do fresh pasta if you want. I said, are you
most
kidding
Italian
me over
thing
here?
That man has ever
please.
said.
So I don't know what kind of food we're gonna do, but tomorrow we'll probably be cooking.
So what I'm hearing is I'm going to Casa de la Trank.
You're gonna steal my food?
It's the bouge.
You work from home. You can eat out of your home. I gotta bring food to work.
But fresh pasta made from bougie.
Well, I don't know if he's actually going to do fresh pasta. We have
Oh.
to talk to Jonah and see what we're doing.
Sorry if you're confused. My friend Connor, I've
Call him bougie.
I've called him bougie probably since the day I met him.
But yeah.
It's so funny. We were bowling yesterday, and I said, "Hey, bouge," and he like turned around and we were talking about something. He walked away, and one of our guy friends was like, "Can I ask what bouge is?"
I don't understand.
He's like, "I don't understand what bouge is," and I was like.
It's a long
I was
story.
like, it's a long story, but we call him Bougie. Bouge for short. He's even gotten smaller than Bougie. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary of what's been happening with us lately. We have just, I think, this is a priority for us for sure, but I think we've had a lot of life being lived this past month and a lot of things that we've had to grow with the Lord, and I think we are wanting to create really good content for you guys that is ministry, and I think just making sure that we are doing good, making sure that we're fully rested before we record our podcast, making sure that we are taking care of ourselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it was difficult for the both of us to miss last week, but our literal only time we could have recorded that whole entire time was Sunday, and we got back at midnight on Saturday. So it was just making sure that we prioritized.
Long day.
Making sure that we prioritized sleeping on Sunday, I think, was a really big deal for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew you guys understood.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was funny receiving a text. Where's my new Live by the Spirit
I know.
podcast episode today?
I'm sorry, you got one today.
Well, we'll send it over to you when we're done here at person, who you'll know who you are if you listen to this.
And sorry for the late one today. We're literally, if you're
okay.
listening to this today, we're recording it today. So, again, just trying to get a good footing on stuff coming up. But yes, words are not coming out of me very well right now. If you have any suggestions or topics you are wanting us to talk about in this new fall season about to head our way, please bring them
to our Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah. Any final words, Nina Trank?
Final words. Read Ephesians 3:14-21.
Oh. Judy told me to read Philippians 4, so that's what I need to do.
Did you?
No. I need
told
to.
you that yesterday.
Girl, I was doing my own Bible study and stuff yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say this, both of those verses we talked about yesterday. Yeah, read those two.
And I've
read Philippians 4 and read Ephesians 3:14-21.
And I'd like to express that I read Philippians 4 a lot.
We actually did read Philippians all together, the whole book on the trip together.
One quick thing, I would like to say this about our friend group. It says a lot when all of our friends were sitting there having Bible study. And we never really even talked about having Bible study, but we're sitting there. Every single person brought their Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Every single person had a physical Bible in front of them that they brought from their homes. I cannot tell you the last, and this isn't, I don't want this to come out weird. I can't remember the last time I physically brought my Bible on a trip. For one, like, I don't want it to get ruined or something like that. Also, it's like, it just takes up space. I have a Bible on my phone type of thing. But I think it just said a lot that all of us had our physical Bibles there.
Yeah. It's like, it's so funny how in like the last 2 months, it has become such a security object to me. So I bring it with me almost everywhere I go. Like, even if I even brought it today, even knowing that we weren't going to really do any scripture or anything today in today's episode, I brought it with me. I brought it with me bowling yesterday. I don't know why. It was in my car, but I have it with me almost all the time. And it's just kind of funny how that has become like my new security object. Like, I want to have it with me because you never know when you're going to need to break it out. Like last Monday after Frisbee at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Also, Gavin, if you've watched The Summer I Turned Pretty, Jeremiah, he just literally posted on his Instagram stories a photo of a Bible. It says, God has counted every tear ever cried. He loves you that much. Gavin, I love you. I love you, boy. Bro. I started saying bro and then it came out boy. Yeah. Also, if you watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, please hit up Nina and I, because we've read the books. And we're reading the show. We're watching the show right now. So
yes,
we'll give our updates
We're not going to give our updates on here. We'd have to do a whole episode on it, and I would get way too heated.
I don't think it would get heated. You and I are we're on the same page.
No, I get heated talking about it. I was talking about it yesterday because after church, after lunch, and after playing some Guitar Hero with my friends. And literally, we used the controllers. It's so funny. But we watched the 4th episode, and I was getting so angry.
Oh, you finally watched it. Yay, we can talk about it after we log off of it.
True. But I was getting angry just like my friend Taylor has the same opinion as me on the show. And I was like getting mad. I wasn't getting mad, but it's just like, it's just the fact that they deviate from the book. It just bothers me.
The first 3 episodes were so strong. I said something. It's like they went so strong so fast.
It's like, let's just stick true to what you actually
I'm good for some added on things. Like last season, like I was okay with the added on of Cotillion because I didn't feel like it took away from the rest of the storyline. But like, I don't know. There's like one big change in particular that's kind of irritating me.
Yeah, but
oh well.
It's a show. We can't control it.
Yeah.
No need to get upset.
Also, if this writer's strike, if they don't figure that out, we may not even get a season 3.
We'll get a season 3. It just will be eventually.
But if they get too old, like imagine if this writer's strike goes on for another year or 2, like they could be too old.
We'll get it. It'll be great. They already have signed on for a season 3.
They do, but they ain't gonna write nothing till it start. They literally, you know what upsets me is they had 4 days left of filming Wicked before they had to turn that off.
You know, I'm kind of glad.
No, you're not. Don't you dare lie.
I kind of am, because they're already splitting it up into 2 movies on 2 separate years. Like, this is so stupid.
I am being positive that's going to be a great experience.
When we eventually get it, because who knows if we ever will at this point.
I'm sure they have enough for part 1 to come out in December. They were filming all of it together. Anyways, all right, we're really deviating. We appreciate you guys listening, and we hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.
Read Philippians 4 and Ephesians 3, 14 to 21 is what we were saying.
Bye.
Okay, bye.